Before we get into this video, I just want to let you know I've got some merch now available. I Heart Harry Davies. It's really not worth the money. It's like 20 quid or something for a t-shirt. It's really not worth it. But if for whatever reason you do want to walk around with I Heart Harry Davies on your chest, then click the link in the description and yeah. My name's Dr. Harry Davies, and there's some sort of virus going around. All it takes is one infected person to come at me and give me some pretty bad CGI to the head, and I'm dead. So we've now got Graham Williams as the sort of producer of the show. We've lost, what's his name? Philip Hinchcliffe. He obviously he got sacked or whatever the BBC wanted to say. And we've now got Graham Williams. So season 15 started off with horror of Fang Rock. I love the setting. It was very claustrophobic. It was all set just in a lighthouse and they couldn't really leave the lighthouse, which made the cliffhanger at the end of episode 3 really creepy. If you watched it, you'll know what I mean. If you haven't, watch it, it is really good. And I love how the Sontaran / Rutan war was set up, the way the Rutans were referred to back in the Pertwee back in season 11, but they're only just being seen for the first time now, and I think that's been set up really, really well. The Invisible Enemy, that was a really good story for the most part. I thought all the stuff inside the Doctor's body was really silly. The set design wasn't too good. I mean, I know they couldn't really do much better, but I've never really liked the idea of shrinking someone down and putting it inside another body. It's the same with Into the Dalek in Series 8. It's quite harrowing to see the Doctor infected with this. It's also K9's first story. Who doesn't know K9? He's great, and I love
K9.
Bloody hell. Image of the Fendal. It was a really interesting story. There's not really that much to say about it, to be honest. It's okay, but I can't really say it's on the same level as stories like Pyramids of Mars, Robots of Death, War Games, stuff like that. The Doctor likes fruitcake. I prefer Madeira. And the Fendal are stopped by salt. The Sunmakers, it started off quite deep. Sorry, I'm ill. It started off quite ill. It started off quite deep. The way you've got this company that is basically having 100% impact on people's lives. Aliens invading and stuff like that is one thing, but when it's taking something that from everyone's lives, I mean, pretty much everyone works, let's face it. Being someone that works myself, I think it's something quite creepy about that. Overall, it's a really interesting story. I love how independent Leela was throughout the whole thing. A lot of the time she was on her own and she was sort of telling other people what to do, and she was becoming the sort of leader, and I thought that worked really well for her character. And there was a great bond between the Doctor and K9. I thought that worked really well too. Underworld. It was quite interesting. It was great to see some information about the Time Lords, but that's it. There's nothing really more exciting to it than that. Unfortunately, I'm not really that keen on Underworld. The Invasion of Time. This is a story that I've been waiting to watch for a while. I've never watched it before, so this is the first viewing, obviously. And I was really looking forward to it. I thought the Time Lords and the Sontarans, it'd be a great match. The Time Lords would obviously win, but the Sontarans had given a massive part to play in it. Maybe we could get some more information about the Rutan War as well.
No.
The Time Lords were made out to be very weak and thick in this story. The only time where you actually think, yeah, they have actually got a lot of knowledge going on up there is when they had the T-Mac gun. Other than that, it was very annoying to see the Time Lords in the way they were. And Leela's came from nowhere. There was no build-up to that. There was nothing that ever made you think those two have a thing going on. It just, like, in the last 5 minutes, it just sprung up and you're like, what? So I feel like they could have built on that a little bit better, but whatever. So yeah, that's the season in a nutshell. I did enjoy it. This has probably been one of my favourite seasons so far. despite what people say, I think Graham Williams had a massively good impact on the show. Obviously, a lot of people say once Philip Hinchcliffe left, that's when it started to get a little bit worse. And obviously, John Nathan Turner was the tipping point for that. But I disagree. I think Graham Williams is a great addition to the show, and yeah. So cheers for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video.